So we back to it. We making a pasture today. I'm gonna continue talking about some of what I was talking about last time with this particular someone in my life. God, I made a lot of sticks. This particular someone in my life at the moment. I ah los cuerpos. Not today. Explosior. Okay, let's sleep so we don't get creeper bombed. I think it's fair to at least ask that they show up the way a friend would. I should do a quick little backstory, right? Because this is a new episode, and if I go straight back into it, then it could be a little bit confusing, and people won't have the whole context. So basically, there's this person in my life, a lovely lady that I met, and we haven't talked to too much. We haven't talked too much. It's right on the just met stage. We've got each other's phone numbers. We've exchanged a couple messages. Some of those messages, like the majority of those messages, just like me reaching out, like, "Hey, what's up? How you doing?" A couple times she has ignored those like call them advances, but that doesn't. She's ignored me. She's just ignored my reach out at least once. And actually, funny story. Like after the first message I sent from getting her number, she was like, "Hey, how you doing? Just wanted to, send you a thought. Like, you crossed my mind today. Hope you're doing all right. Hope everything's within reason." And no, she ignored that, which I can understand because it may have come across as like dude looking for whatever, And I also have to take into account that maybe this lady has been hurt before. Assuming she has, I have to make that assumption because I've been hurt. Everybody I know has been hurt by somebody at some point in their life. So I have to work under the assumption that she's been hurt. Probably by someone that has a very similar demeanor to me. And that, in and of itself, probably scares her. Which is completely fair. But after that first message I sent her, she didn't respond. She left it on read. Already setting up just a not great tone in my mind because, like I said, people have been hurt, and I've been hurt by people that did exactly that. And I really, really just don't appreciate it. If there's anything in my life that's like a pet peeve, it's that, I don't want to call it blatant ignorance of, it's that just leaving somebody on red. Ghosting. That is just the quickest way to change my mind about you, or for me to change my mind about you. As soon as that happens, I'm like, okay, well, you view me as not even being worth a text message. Why should I view you as worth anything? I get, we go into this whole conversation about life being transactional and you get what you give and yada, yada, yada. I, for one, cannot stand being ghosted. It makes me very, very angry and is the most surefire way to get me to feel like you're not worth my time or energy. That's why I'm so hung up on this. It's because I do understand that life can be busy. I do understand that sometimes messages can fly under our radar. I have a very hard time understanding that because I hate this so much. I have taken every effort. I have made every effort to ensure that I'm not doing that to other people, which is ironic because there were people in my life that I hadn't responded to or hadn't checked in on at the time of like sending this message to this other individual. And I really don't like, I even don't like myself for doing it to other people because I know in some ways it can be used as a manipulation tool to elicit certain behaviors from individuals that you want to behave a certain way. It's kind of like putting them on a leash, getting what you want out of them. And that's how it's been used on me in the past. At least it seems like that. I could be reading too far between the lines. I do have to kind of say that during our few messages we have exchanged, it has become clear that either she's in a tough spot in some way, shape, or form, or is just going through a breakup, or I don't know the details, to be honest with you. And even if I did know the exact details, I wouldn't be spouting them online. I'd just say general stories. But it's been made clear that life is a little bit chaotic for her at the moment. Which is, that's fine. To an extent. It's not fine when it becomes an excuse to not change. When it's used as an excuse to not improve yourself or not show up or to not be true to your word, when it's used as an excuse to avoid accountability for things you state, that's when I begin to have an issue with it. So I can exercise some level of grace with this, and I'm doing my best to, because I understand that life can get heavy. But if it becomes a consistent theme, is life heavy, or are you just avoiding the responsibility of being true to your word? Going as far as saying, like, instead of saying, or you say life is, sorry, I can't be a friend to you right now because life is just so busy. because you're no longer the enemy. Now life is the enemy. But what you really want to say and what you really should say is, sorry, I don't want you in my life right now. Or I don't want you in my life at all. And that's, we often, more often than not, make every attempt to excuse our behavior than to actually just state the truth, which is that maybe we just don't want this person in our life right now, or at all, because maybe they just elicit certain behaviors that, put us off. To what extent do we? I mean, it's a great extent that we try to excuse our behaviors, because it's hard to tell somebody, yeah, actually, no, I just don't care about you and I don't want you in my life. It's hard to say that to somebody. It's very hard to say that to somebody because you don't want to hurt them. It's a very hurtful thing to say. But you're perfectly justified in saying so. If that is your truth, then say that. Speak your truth. In the long run, you're saving both of you more trouble. Because until you draw an explicit, both parties are going to be operating under assumptions. Right now, I'm operating, the explicit that had been drawn was, they just want a friend. She just wants a friend. And I'm like, cool, I'll meet you at that. I just want a friend too. But where I start to make assumptions when you say you want a friend and then you fail to actually make the effort to show up as a friend. So then I start to operate under assumption that, okay, maybe she's not being entirely truthful with her words. And maybe we need to seek clarity from each other. And maybe this is a conversation that I feel should be had with her. Because it's the difference between me continuing to invest energy in a black hole and finding someone that would reciprocate. Because I don't want to, even though it is just a very, very base level, and this is the only thing I've been slightly, I won't even say it's untruthful, but it's not the full truth, is that I would like a friendship that leads to more. But I still have to establish the friendship first. So in me saying that I just want a friend, actually, let me see if I can find my exact phrasing on how I said it. Now I'm overthinking it. Yeah, I said that I'm in a position that I don't want to jeopardize by going the wrong direction. And I didn't say I was explicitly looking just for a friend. I said I would really like a friend. She explicitly stated that she's just looking for a friend. And I said, I'm in this place where it's demanding more of me than I've ever been demanded. And I don't want to jeopardize that by putting myself in a position that's going to cause me harm. But I would like a friend. So in truth, I'm not even disguising my intentions. Because I never said what it is I actually want. I just said I would like a friend, which is true, 100% true. Okay, you fucking cows, come on. Get in here. Now stay in here. This big ass fucking pasture. And you, cow, come on. Get out of my way. Go wander around the pasture, you dopey sons of bitches. I guess there's an underlying concealed expectation that I do eventually want a relationship. Have fun, you cow bastards. Look at all those goddamn eggs. We got eggs for days. Like long range artillery. It's just eggs. Hitting the cows, they're freaking out. Oh my god! Got hit by an egg! Oh! That cow did some fucking stupid shit back there. You see that? There's an escape path that must be blocked. And another. And a potential another. And a potential another. No escape. No escape. That's an escape path right there. No escape. Probably actually a couple escape routes over here. Definitely one right there. Definitely one right there too. Yeah, it's a super tall fence, but I would rather it be super tall than all my fucking cows getting loose. It's not like I'm disguising my intentions. Or maybe I am. Maybe it could be interpreted that I am disguising my intentions. I don't really know. Nice. Lots of feathers. Lots of chicken. We eating good tonight, boy. I need more dirt. I don't think I have any more dirt, to be honest with you. I need to like put that chicken farm just somewhere deep in the mountain so I don't hear constant clucking all the time. At least we've got free range cattle now and free range chickens. Dick. And we need to get some fucking gravel or go find some flint for gravel to make some more arrows. We got a whole bunch of oh my goodness. Okay. We got a whole bunch of what's it called? Feathers. But no flint. So we need to go find some gravel. And wait, do I have gravel that I could just place and then mine a whole bunch of times? I do. Let's do that. So perhaps there is a layer of like concealing my intentions. Or at least the full extent of my intentions, which is to just have a happy, healthy relationship with somebody that I connect with on a deep level. The only way to connect with somebody on a deep level is to actually connect with them on a deep level, like a friend. This might take a while. Can you get flint from like doing the torch method? I don't know, to be honest with you. I'm getting quite a lot though. More than I thought I'd get, to be honest, on just one layer. Let's stack it back up. Maybe I've definitely overthought it. I'm definitely overthinking it. I always overthink it. But I still think it's perfectly fair for me to expect a little bit of reciprocation, especially when you state your intentions are to be a certain way. Then I should be well within my reason to expect you to actually be that way that you say you're going to be. So, I don't know. I do know, actually. I do know that I'm well within reason to expect you to actually live up to your own words. Regardless of what my words are, the least I can regardless of what my words are, I expect you to live up to yours. And perhaps this is something I should drop altogether because there is a mismatch. And I do know that, oh, but life has been hectic and I'm just super busy. I can't respond to you. Those are excuses I've heard before plenty of times. And it actions speak louder than words. It's not you're being too busy. It's that you don't care to the level of making time for it. And I know things take time, and maybe I'm being too quick to jump to conclusions. I definitely am being very quick about the situation. But I'm realizing the older I get and the more people I meet, the more I realize it's not about time. Time is completely irrelevant in the equation. About how you fucking show up. About how you show up. Time doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how long you know someone. You could still show up exactly as you would with somebody you've known 20 years to somebody you just met. You could show up the same way. So it's not about time. So that's a very, very weak excuse. And using the busy excuse is just, it's immature. And it's like, we're all busy. We're all busy. We all have lives that could be classified as hectic. Like, just stop. Just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. That's it. Just say, actually, no, I don't want you in my life. As simple as that. My circle's small. There's great people in my life. And I don't really need this energy. I don't need this fucking have me questioning my standing energy. I don't need it. That's probably what I should do. I honestly should probably just tell her, like, hey, I know you want a friend. I told you I want a friend. And this may come as brash and abrupt, but the energy you're giving me does not equate to being a friend, and I simply just don't want that in my life. I don't want to have to question where I stand with you. So I hope everything works out. And if I see you at the gym, I'll see you at the gym. If not, that's where we met, was at the gym. If not, then cool. I hope you find everything you're looking for. I hope you have the best life. Like, honestly. But I'm not gonna fucking entertain this, like, where I stand mentality. You say you want a friend. I don't want a friend that ignores me. And if I were to ignore somebody, which there are people in my life I do ignore, it's one, because I'm actively like I got a message I could respond to right now, but I'm recording this and I would rather finish this and finish this task that I have set out for myself than step away to entertain a thought or entertain a message. But the fact is, like, once I stop, I'm going to respond to the message. Other people that I ignore, it's like, it's the same kind of thing. I show up to them how they show up to me. And usually how it goes is I'll put out there, like, hey, this is how I want to show up for you. And if they match that, then they match it. If they don't match it, then I match what they do. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna like drop it. I'm wasting too much my fucking mental capacity, like, caring this much when they're showing me that they don't. So why should I care? Why should I? Because I'm a genuinely caring person and I want to show up for somebody in a wholesome way and help them through tough times. Okay, but that takes energy away from things that takes energy away from myself and perhaps from other people that deserve someone to actually show up for them like that, but just aren't because my energy is being sent to somebody that's not reciprocal. It's just like, damn, it's kind of painful to think of it like that, but fuck, it's the truth. Why should I waste so much time on somebody that just doesn't care? Because how do you get someone to? Well, I already went over this. The time doesn't matter. If you wanted to care, you would. You could show up exactly how you would for any other person, for any random stranger. You could. It's a choice. I've made the choice to show up for this individual this way because at one point I deemed them worth my time and attention. Now, having given them time and attention and seeing that there is little to no reciprocation, are they still worthy of that same time and attention? I lean towards probably not. And it's hard because I've already analyzed all the potentials that it could go. Like, oh, this could be my future wife, yada, yada, yada. But simple fact of the matter is, my future wife would fucking respond to a text. Like, and it wouldn't take a fucking week to do so either. That's just the fucking fact. Though it may not be worth my time to continue, even like entertaining the possibility of this being something more. It may not even be worth the fucking time or energy. Like, honestly. Because I could redirect that energy to finding somebody that would care, that will show up for me the way I want them to. Better yet, the way I fucking deserve. I don't deserve this shit. I don't. I don't deserve motherfuckers that ghost me. Those people do not deserve a place in my life at all. They just do not. And the fact that I let them and even like tried to justify their actions, like, I'm just fucking shooting myself, essentially. I'm shooting myself in the foot, in the leg, in the arm, the fucking chest. I'm ripping out my own heart. By continuously making space for these individuals that do not deserve space in my life. Regardless of how potentially awesome they could be. Right now, they're not. Okay, dick. That's gotta get fixed. They don't deserve to be in my life. She doesn't deserve to be in my life unless something radically changes. How would something radically change if I don't communicate these expectations? It's like I'm trying to subconsciously control them, like, oh, they have to be this certain way. The truth is, I should definitely send a message like, hey, you know, I get you just want a friend. but I still expect you to show up, or at least like make an effort to show up. Like that's not a lot to ask from somebody that claims they want to be your friend. It's really not. It's really not a lot to ask from someone. I don't know why I think it is a large ask. I mean, somewhere along my past, I probably had someone like treat me in a certain way, and that led me to believe that I have to shrink myself and put myself into a box to get their approval or their acceptance or their insert fucking fantasy thing here needs to be fixed. It's like I look at this fence like I'm building my rigid boundaries, and it's kind of lining up with my life pretty well right now, because it is like I'm building rigid boundaries with minimal loopholes that can be exploited for personal gain. You know, if I wanted to wait like a week for somebody to respond to a text, I'd send them a fucking letter. Just saying. Yeah, I'm frustrated about it. Because it's like, how many fucking people in my life have I gone through this exact same fucking thing with? Too fucking many, and really have never had. I've had minimal people actually show up and be reciprocal and be genuine. And very, very few people actually show up like that. So when I see somebody that doesn't, like right off the get, I'm like, okay. And the thing is I now have a new standard of how people can show up for me, because a good friend right now, probably my best friend right now, has showed up for me in a way that nobody ever has, and continuously shows up day in and day out from the very get-go. Like, there's a new precedent for what I deserve from somebody that claims to want to be a friend. So I just know it's bullshit when they say that life is too busy or I'm this, I'm that. It's like, no, we all got our struggles. Shut the fuck up. Let's connect. I know it's hard to take it like that, but it's kind of the fucking truth. If you're not resident, then you're not resident, but you're not going to figure out if you actually even get along if you ignore them and just like, yeah. That's been my rant. I'm going to wrap this episode up, get these edited, uploaded on the tubes. I got to get my thumbnail with all my chickens. There we go. Hope you guys, hope you all enjoyed listening to this. If you relate, leave a comment. Let me know what's going on. What's your solution? Do you have a solution to this? Is there a solution to this? Maybe I should send a message. Let me know if you think I should actually like express my expectations in this way. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one.